everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this one, I am going to be doing a best class setup for the Vampire Hunter Mastercraft camo for the Vapor Assault Rifle here in Black Ops 4 after update 1.16. So that's the thing, guys, if you actually did not know, a little bit earlier today, the time me making this video, the Vampire Hunter Mastercraft camo for the Vapor Assault Rifle is back in the item shop. So what I want to go ahead and do for this video is actually do a best class setup for that particular Mastercraft camo. Now that's the thing, of course the Mastercraft camo is for the Vapor Assault Rifle. However, the reason why I'm actually doing a best class setup for the Mastercraft camo, and that is just because I actually use a different creative class when I'm actually using the Mastercraft variation of this weapon as opposed to just the standard version of the weapon. And since of course the Mastercraft camo came back into the item shop, I thought I'd go ahead and do a best class setup for the Vapor Assault Rifle specifically around the Mastercraft camo. Also, if you guys would like to, feel free to comment down below, are you guys going to be buying this particular Mastercraft camo for the Vapor? And if you do have it, did you actually buy it today when it came back into the item shop, or did you get it when the Mastercraft camo originally released back in January? Also guys, to know about the gameplay, it is actually a game of kill confirmed here on firing range, and I ended up going 66 and 13. Not really the greatest KD, however still a pretty awesome gameplay. I ended up getting 66 kills. It would have been awesome if I was able to get 70 kills, however I'm still very happy that I was able to get 66. Also guys, let's go ahead and see if we can hit 10 likes on this video. That would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, now that I got the intro out of the way, let's actually dive right into the video. So of course guys, what I am going to be covering in this video, and that's at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be discussing the Vapor Assault Rifle as well as this particular Mastercraft camo. Then I am going to be showcasing a really awesome creative class for this particular weapon. Then finally, I'm going to be talking about some things that you want to know about this creative class before you go ahead and use it. And then at the end of the video, I am going to be switching over to a live commentary of me using this particular class setup. So talking a little bit about the Vapor Assault Rifle. If you guys actually did not know, you unlock the Vapor at level 37, which means that you unlock this particular weapon just over halfway through your prestige. And overall, I really do enjoy using this particular weapon in Black Ops 4. It's actually one of my favorites in the game. And interestingly enough, even though the Vapor is an assault rifle, in some cases it actually acts a little bit like a submachine gun, being that you can very effectively take out enemies at close range with this weapon, as well as the hipfire spread on this weapon is actually quite good. Interestingly enough, ever since January, the Vapor Assault Rifle actually got both a Mastercraft camo as well as a reactive camo. Of course, the Mastercraft camo is what I am using in this particular video, and it was released in January of 2019, and you can go ahead and buy it through the item shop. And of course, the reactive camo, which is actually called the Strip, you can get access to it by making it up to tier 60 of Operation Grand Heist. Overall, the Vapor Assault Rifle is a very consistent as well as powerful weapon in Black Ops 4. The most effective ranges for this particular weapon are actually close range as well as medium range. Now, if you want to go ahead and take out enemies at longer ranges, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, and that's just because this weapon actually has some pretty hefty recoil comparing it to other weapons in the game, as well as the weapon actually shakes a little bit. So if you want to take out enemies at those longer ranges, make sure that you tap fire the weapon as well as try to control your recoil as much as you possibly can. Interestingly enough, the Vapor Assault Rifle is actually very good at close range, being that since the rate of fire is actually quite high as well as the damage is pretty good, you can take out enemies extremely effectively at close range. And interestingly enough, even though it is an assault rifle, it actually has pretty decent hipfire spread, so if you have to take out enemy hip firing, you can actually do it quite effectively. And of course, it is an assault rifle, so that means it's going to be performing very well those medium ranges. So yeah guys, now I am going to be moving over to the creative class I have for this video. And of course guys, as you can see, the creative class is going to be on your screen right now. So of course guys, we are going to be using the VAPR-XKG assault rifle with the Mastercraft camo. Moving over to our first attachment, we are going to be using fast mags, and that's just because you want to be able to reload as quickly as you possibly can, especially with the Vapor, because I noticed that if you don't use fast mags, you are going to be running out of ammunition in your magazine extremely quickly. So if you put on fast mags, you won't be running out of ammunition as quickly. Moving over to our second as well as third attachment, we are going to be using stock as well as stock 2. Interestingly enough, the Vapor Assault Rifle actually has both stock as well as stock 2, so the reason why we are going to be using it, and that is just because whenever I use the Vapor, I play very aggressively, and I actually play in a similar playstyle to if I were using a submachine gun. So with that in mind, we are going to be using stock as well as stock 2, just so that way we can maneuver as well as sidestep a little bit easier with this particular weapon. Moving over to our final attachment, we are going to be using long barrel, and that is just because if you put on long barrel, it is going to be improving the effectiveness of this weapon at those medium to longer ranges. So that's of course the reason why we are going to be using long barrel. Moving over to our gear, we are going to be using Stim Shot. And then for the perk setup, we actually have 2 perks. Our first one is going to be Scavenger, and that is just because you do not want to run out of ammunition. Then for our second perk, we are going to be using Ghost, just so that way we can stay off the radar. So yeah guys, that's going to be it for the creator class portion of this video. Now I am going to be talking about some things that you want to know about this creator class before you go ahead and use it. So that's the thing. Overall, if you are going to be using the VAPR assault rifle, try to stick to those close to medium range engagements. That's where this weapon performs the best. However, if you can control your recoil, as well as if you tap fire the weapon, you can actually take out enemies somewhat effectively at those longer ranges, especially since we do have long barrel equipped. Overall, the VAPR assault rifle is a really awesome weapon in this game, and if you guys are wondering, the main differences between this particular creator class that I use when I am using the Mastercraft camo, as well as the creator class that I use when I'm actually not using the Mastercraft, and that's the main difference, and that is when I'm not using the Mastercraft, I end up using an elo sight, and that's just because I'm not a huge fan of the iron sights on the base version of this particular weapon. However, I do really like the iron sights on the Mastercraft variation of this weapon. So yeah guys, that's going to be it for the weapon guide portion of this video. Now I am going to be moving over to a live commentary of me using this weapon in Black Ops 4. So yeah guys, enjoy the live commentary. So of course, hello everyone and welcome to the live commentary portion of this video. So guys, as you can see, this is a creator class that we are going to be using, and if you guys haven't already seen it, this is of course the Mastercraft camo, and then this is what it looks like at the start of the game. Then once you get 5 kills as well as 10 kills, honestly, I really do like this particular Mastercraft camo. It's actually one of my favorite Mastercraft camos in the game, and if you guys want to go ahead and buy it, it's actually part of this Mastercraft bundle, which in this particular bundle, you are going to be getting 5 separate items and of course the Mastercraft camo. So yeah guys, now that I got the intro out of the way, I will see you when I join up to my first game. Alright guys, so as you can see, we are going to be joining up into our first game. And of course guys, as you can see, we are going to be joining up pretty late into this particular game of Kill Confirmed here on Nuketown. However, nonetheless, I want to go ahead and see exactly how well we can do. Unfortunately, we're actually losing by 30 points. However, the only reason why I am staying, and that is just because it is of course Nuketown. And it doesn't appear that the enemies are actually that good, so let's go ahead and see exactly how well we can do. Unfortunately, my teammates are actually doing really bad. However, if we can go ahead and get some nice kills with this thing, and who knows, maybe drop a couple score streaks, then it's going to be okay. And of course guys, we are going to be using the recon specialist, and wait a second. Alright. That's actually a nice little triple feed. I'll definitely take that. And there's another kill. I'm telling you, after the update,
hostile care package above.
Tagged.
This weapon is absolutely unstoppable.
Working.
Okay, there's another one. Alright guys, so as you can see, that's going to be our first game, and I actually got to play the game. That's really awesome. Unfortunately, we lost. However, I joined in when we were actually losing by 30 points, and even though I joined in roughly halfway through the game, I still managed to actually make it to the top of the leaderboard, and I'm going 23-7. Pretty awesome game in my opinion, even though we joined in quite late. So yeah guys, that's going to be our first game, and I will see you guys in game number 2. Alright guys, so as you can see, we are going to be joining up into our second game, and this time, we are going to be playing a game of Kill Confirmed here on Firing Range, and of course this particular game I'm joining in right from the start, so let's go ahead and see exactly how well we can do. And of course guys, as you can see, this is actually the Mastercraft camo for the VAPR. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, and that's I really do like this particular Mastercraft camo. I think it looks really cool, and it's actually one of my favorite Mastercraft camos in the game, up there with the Mastercraft for the Cordite as well as the ABR-223. Wait a second, okay, there we go, took him out. Alright guys, so that's going to be the game, and I'm going 60-10. Really awesome game in my opinion, with of course using the Vampire Hunter Mastercraft camo for the VAPR assault rifle. Alright guys, so that's where I'm going to be ending off this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on it down below, as well as make sure to subscribe with post notifications turned on so that way you guys will not miss new upload from me. Again guys, this was the creator class I used for this video, and yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope to see you in the next one.